Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and we have saved the Slowpoke, although we don't know whether they have tails or not, because their sprite is just kind of facing the other way. I guess you could maybe talk to them from above them, and then you could see, but whatever. They're saved, which is all that really matters. So, Kurt, over here, I said that really loudly actually, I apologize, but yeah, Kurt over here, he will make you new Pokeballs, and I talked about that last part. And you just give him the apricorn, it'll take him a day to make them, and within that day you will completely forget that you even gave him an apricorn to make the ball with. I'm pretty sure that he is still holding on to whatever Pokeball he made for me with that white apricorn. Even now, after recording 30 parts later. So, yeah, there's that. But now that we've saved the Slowpoke, we can also go into the second gym, finally. That Team Rocket member moved out of the way of the entrance. So we can go ahead and fight it. And it is a Bug-type gym, which I think is pretty neat. I mean, there aren't that many Bug-type gyms. I think the only other one is the one in 5th generation with Berg. There is the Bug-type Elite Four member in Generation 4, but otherwise Bug is one of those lesser-used types in terms of gym, which is always good. I enjoy seeing some new typings used in gyms. Some are used more than others, I feel, like Water, for instance. Psychic is used quite a bit, I believe. No, not so much. Ghost isn't used that often, Normal isn't used that often. So yeah, there you go. Are there a lot of fire gyms? There aren't a lot of ice gyms, I think. Actually, now whatever, I'm not gonna go through every single typing and try to think of all the gyms. Now, most of the bug types in here are really, really weak, barely, not even level 10, like there was that level 7 Weedle, level 9 Kakuna. And how this is going, I'm gonna guess a level 11 Beedrill. So, levels aren't that bad. Oh, level 12! Well then, good job proving me wrong, guy. But Rattata still has the level advantage, and the really powerful Hyper Fang, so he should be fine. He's getting really up there in levels too, about to evolve, actually, which is pretty nice. Okay, so that's another guy, and is there one more? Yes, there is, right over here. Yes, I did save all the Slowpoke. Aren't I cool? Indeed I am. Yep. Okay. Only one Pokemon, I think. Oh, Paris. Paris is a pretty neat bug-type Pokemon. Bug Grass, actually, which is a typing never really seen all that much. In fact, I think Paris and Parasect are the only two with the Bug Grass typing. Pretty sure about that. Unfortunately, it gives way to a lot of weaknesses, and his stats aren't that great either. So yeah, just all around not that great, but here we have our gym leader in this really weird looking tree. I mean, it's so small, just kind of sitting there in the middle, and it's off center too, and it's just sitting there. Whatever, here we have our gym leader, Bugsy. He has 3 Pokemon, the first 2 of which are not dangerous in the slightest. First off, he has a Metapod at level 14. For whatever reason, he did not evolve it. I wish he used a Butterfree and Beedrill instead. I mean, I think that's a good enough challenge for the second gym. Same levels, just have Butterfree and Beedrill and give them confusion. Maybe Butterfree can have a status move like Stun Spore or something, and give Beedrill his Fury attack there. So that's already one down. Up next we have a Kakuna, probably also level 14. But really, we don't have too much to worry about. The offensive powers of these Pokemon aren't that great. Neither is their defensive power. I mean, it's not too bad unless you're taking forever to kill them and they just get a whole bunch of Hardens up, then they might be a problem, but they really have no offense to couple along with that. So you should be fine overall, and if you're using special type attacks, you don't have to worry about their defense boosts from Harden. Now here, we have a Pokemon that could actually be kind of dangerous, especially since I'm out of Hyper Fang right now. This is his Scyther. Scyther is a very good bug-type Pokemon, one of my favorites of these first couple generations. He's bug flying, actually, and he has access to strong moves like Fury Cutter, which starts off kind of bad, but then once you use it a ton, a ton of turns in a row, it'll gain in damage. And so this should do more. Yeah, see, it did 7 that time instead of the 3 it did before. Something close to those numbers. So it just gets really, really powerful after a while. Unfortunately, Scyther does not have the HP and defenses to keep that carrying for too long. But he gets really, really good in later generations as well, along with his evolved form Scizor that more people use. But Scyther is still very viable as a Pokemon. And he does have the 4 times rock weakness though, so if you kept Geodude around after your first gym encounter, provided you used him there, you can go ahead and use Geodude for this gym as well, because bugs are weak to rock. So is the flying type that Scyther holds as well. So overall, it's not too bad of a gym. An interesting type for a gym. I'm pretty sure in the original Let's Play I said it was a very crappy gym, but that's because I didn't like bug-type Pokemon back then. Now, they're pretty cool. Especially the newer bug-type Pokemon, like Crustl's awesome. Escavalier's pretty cool. Excelgor, although just a bug-type, he's really neat-looking. Never used it, though, which is unfortunate. I did use an Escavalier, though, for my competitive team as a Cresselia counter type of guy. And he was pretty good at that. Okay, so gonna go ahead and move Geodude up front for an unknown reason. I'm thinking for upcoming battles and whatnot. Charcoal for 9,800. This is the only store that sells it. It is a hold item that if you give it to your Pokemon, it will boost up their fire moves. The damage of those. So it's an alright hold item. Back in these older games, it's very good, considering what it does, but you could also get one for free soon enough. So I really wouldn't pick it up, just because of how much it costs. Okay, here we go, it's you. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yes, they did return, and I did beat them. No, I'm not joking, I beat them. Okay, there we go. Well, battle. Alright, so that's why I put Geodude up front. He gets some interesting Pokemon this time around, first of which is Ghastly, which is really the interesting Pokemon that I was talking about before. It is a Ghost Poison type, which means that it is completely resistant to normal type attacks, can't be hurt by them whatsoever, as well as he is resistant to Grass type attacks, so Bayleaf and Rattata are pretty much out, and Geodude is really my only other high-level Pokemon. At this point, he's very weak, so pretty much any of my Pokemon can take him down, and unfortunately, Geodude is sleeping right now. Spite is an attack that will lower the PP of a certain move, whatever move you use last, so it's kind of annoying, not that great though. Geodude getting up to level 16, 9 more levels until he evolves, and he learns Magnitude, which is a pretty good, although random, ground-type attack. It'll choose a number between 4, I want to say, and 10. And just the attack gets stronger and stronger the higher the number is, and it's just completely random on what number you get. My friends and I actually used to think that if you got a 10 it was like an instant KO, and it was very rare. Like it was an instant KO, kind of like Fissure or whatever, but that isn't the case. Okay, so just usual stuff, yet another Zubat, not too bad, luckily it didn't confuse me. 3 more levels until Rattata evolves, that's exciting. And now his final Pokemon, which is of course Quilava. And we're gonna let Rattata take this down, considering his normal typing, he'll do normal damage to it. Hyper Fang is still very powerful, although that smokescreen is very concerning. Accuracy drops are never a fun thing. So we're just gonna wanna hopefully hit all of our Hyper Fangs, and I'm pretty sure Hyper Fang has a lower accuracy, which kinda makes up for its high power, especially at this stage in the game. Although it seems like we're hitting them fine for right now, and now just a quick attack will take him down, and of course that misses, despite the fact that I know for a fact it has 100% accuracy under normal conditions. And there goes Rattata. So now it's pretty much anybody's ballgame, so let's try to see if we can get Pidgey a whole bunch of levels right now. Of course he goes faster, and are we gonna have Fried Bird? We are indeed having Fried Bird. Alright, sorry Pidgey. Okay then, not gonna try Hoppip. Hoppip actually has no attacking moves right now. It knows Synthesis, Splash, and maybe like Stun Spore or something, really not that great. So we're just gonna go ahead and show off Magnitude. I got an 8, but it really didn't matter because anything would have fainted him at that point. And that's another level for Geodude. So he's at 17 now. We have a pretty alright temporary team in the form of Rattata, Geodude, and Bayleaf going. So there you go, you lost yet again, sir. Wipe out the weak, sure, why not? You seem to be one to act big and tough as well, along with Team Rocket. And he goes off. And that guy teleported, oh my god. Yeah, starting a new clip or whatever, healed everybody up. Okay. Moving Rattata up front again, for whatever reason. I mean, Pidgey would be alright in this section, except Pidgey doesn't have a flying type move yet. Then again, it's only level 4. I remember in the first generation games, it took Pidgey forever to learn a flying type move, because Gust wasn't flying back then, it was normal. Kind of weird, but I'm glad they changed it. Whatever. Okay, so we've got to look for this guy's Farfetch'd, which is right over here. In the remakes of this game, they changed the puzzle drastically, so it's a heck of a lot different and more confusing, I guess? I don't know what to call it. And there are also 2 Farfetch'd, which is kind of annoying. And this one we only have to catch 1, which is nice. And if we could look around and find stuff... yeah, we're gonna put Pidgey up front. The Pokemon in this area are actually very, very underleveled. Like, it's strange how low their level is. So, I mean, I'm talking like level 6. Kind of, something very close to that. Like, you'd think after the second gym by now, you'd be catching Pokemon that are over level 10. Kind of around, like, 13-ish. But no, here we have a level 5 Venonat. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. So basically, all of my usual team members KO these guys in one hit. So it's up to Pidgey to weaken these guys for catching. Which is kind of unfortunate because Pidgey really doesn't have the level advantage to make this an easy enough catch. It's going to be kind of difficult considering how much damage she's taking. But I think... Oh, critical hit, nice, okay. And disable, great, Pidgey can do nothing now. Pretty much. Luckily, you're at yellow health by now, Venonat, so we're just going to go ahead and throw that there Pokeball, and hopefully catch you. Venonat's a pretty neat Pokemon, although I wish he evolved into a Bug Psychic type. I mean, his eyes kind of shout Psychic type in a way, as well as his access to Psychic type moves like Psywave, as well as Venomoth at least can learn Psychic with a TM, at least in the later games. So I mean, Bug Psychic, it would have been a really interesting typing, but unfortunately it was not a thing. Ah well. There we have Venonat, Insect Pokemon, and this little Mothball thing is there. Yep. Okay, see a Farfetch'd. Oh, way to go. Okay, I think that should... Yep, there we go. And there's this other guy. Okay, yes, I did find your Farfetch'd. And without it, they can't cut. So he's going to let me cut. Even though I don't have a Farfetch'd. Ah, well. With that, we will be able to cut and move on in this area. And in the next part, we will do just that. See you all then.